Hi, welcome to lesson 5-7, choose a strategy to divide. Our I can statement is I can use different strategies to divide 3 and 4-digit numbers by 2-digit numbers. Please take a moment, write this in your math journal, and then let's move on to the problem for today. Our problem says choose a strategy to solve each problem. Explain your solutions. So we have two separate problems to do today. Problem 1 says that Bob's Citrus and Nursery sells cartons of citrus fruits. There are 24 oranges in each carton, and they have 5,643 oranges to pack into cartons. How many cartons can they fill? Well, of course, at this point, we need to go through and we need to do cubes for kind of understanding what our problem is that we're going to be looking at. So for the first problem for cubes, we're going to circle the number 24 because we have 24 oranges, and then we have 5,643 total oranges to pack in each carton. The 24 oranges are just how many will fit in each. And when we're looking at what we need to underline is how many cartons will they be able to fill? So some important words that we need to think about are each carton. We know there's going to be 24 in each. And how many cartons we're going to be able to fill. So let's put ourselves in this position. We have these oranges to look at. We're going to be able to fit 24 in each carton, but we have 5,643 oranges to pack into cartons. We need to know how many cartons we will fill. Since there's two separate problems, I want you to work this one. I want you to press pause while you're working it. Press play when you're finished with the first problem. We'll go over that answer, and then we'll do the same with the second problem. So let's go ahead and work that out, and then press play when you're ready for us to look at it together. So when we look at problem number 1, I know that because it says how many cartons can I fill, and I have this large amount that I've got to divide into groups of 24, I need to do division. And for me, the way I solve division, my standard way to do that is called the standard algorithm. So I am going to set the problem up as this. So we're going to have 5,643 oranges that we're dividing into groups of 24. Okay. And when I do this, I am going to use divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. I'm going to follow those steps. So I'm going to first look to see how many groups of 24 I can make out of just this 5. We're actually looking at 5,000, but I'm going to look just at each digit by itself. So I know that's going to go 0 times. I'm going to subtract and bring down. Now you might say, why do I need to put that 0 there or an X there to hold that place? It's important so that we actually keep our answer to this division problem in our place value position spots, so we actually know when our answer is complete and the problem is finished. So I brought down that 6. Now 24, I'm going to be able to make how many groups of 24 out of those 56 things, and I'm going to be able to make 2 groups. That's my divide. 24 times 2. You might have to come over to the side and do a little bit of work for that, but I do know that that is 48. I am now going to subtract. I'm going to get 8 when I subtract, and now I'm going to bring down the 4. Okay, 24 will go into 84. Well, I may not be sure about that. I know it's going to be more than 2, but a lot of times I have to come over and do a little bit of work off to the side to understand this. So I'm just going to go over here and do 24 times 3. See how close that gets me. That's going to give me 72, and I think that that's a good choice. So 24 times 3 is going to give me 72. I will subtract and bring down. Now I'm going to have to look at how many times will 24 go into 123. So a lot of times I know it's going to be more than 3. A lot of times I will start with 5 because that's right in the middle, and I can do that work and know if I need to go up more or not. That's going to give me 120. I know I can't go up any more than that because then that's going to be over 123. I'm going to multiply, I'm going to subtract, and there's nothing left to bring down. So I have 235, remainder 3. Now I need to go back to the question though. How many cartons can we fill? Well, I know that I can fill 235 cartons with 3 oranges left over. So to answer this problem, the answer is actually we can fill 235 cartons. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at our second problem. This year, 4,338 grapefruits have been harvested so far. Bob has 18 storage bins for grapefruits. If the grapefruits are distributed evenly among the 18 bins, how many grapefruits are in each bin? Well, let's use cubes to make sure we really understand the problem and how we're going to tackle finding the solution. So this time we have 4,338 total grapefruits that have been picked. And Bob has 18 storage bins for these grapefruits. If the grapefruits are distributed evenly among the 18 bins, how many grapefruits are in each bin? Okay, so we need to figure out how many grapefruits are going to be in each bin. And distributed evenly is the key words that's going to let us know that we need to do division again. So I want you to go ahead and pause, work this problem, and then press play whenever you're finished, and we'll go through it again just like we did for problem number 1. Now that you've solved problem number 2, let's go through it together. I'm just going to draw a little line here to keep our work separate. This was problem number 1. And now we're going to work on problem number 2. So our problem for number 2 is 4,338 divided by 18. And I'm going to follow those same steps of divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. 18 will go into 4 0 times. Going to subtract and bring down. 18 will go into 43 2 times, and if you needed to do that work, you could do that. 18 times 2 is going to give us 36. Going to subtract, and once again, bring down. All right, so now I'm going to think about how many times will 18 go into 73. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of more math. So I'm going to go over here to the side. So I have a little bit of room. A lot of times I try that 5 to kind of see where I'm at and see if I need to go higher or lower. That's going to be too much. So I'm going to go down and do 18 times 4. That's going to give me 72, which is really close to 73, so I like that choice. Okay. Now we're going to subtract and bring down once more. Oh, and now 18 will go into 18 one time. Now I need to go back to the problem. I need to see what that 241 actually represents. It represents how many grapefruits are in each of the 18 bins. So I need to label that as 241 grapefruit. Now, before we move on to look at a couple other solutions to see how maybe other kids use partial product or a different way to divide, I want to take a moment because everybody that's listening to this video is going to need to write down a special secret word today. And the special secret word is the word popcorn. The reason I'm asking you to do this is because we're checking to see how many of our 5th graders are actually watching the video all the way through. So if you're watching this video, you know the secret word is popcorn. The 5th grade teachers want you to write the word popcorn on your journal page right next to the title of the lesson. So please do that right now. So write the word popcorn at the top of your page right next to the lesson. Okay, let's move on to looking at the student solutions. The first student solution is Theo's work. And Theo chose to use the partial product strategy to find the quotient, the answers to his division problems. You can take a look at that. You can see that Theo got the same answer that we did for both of the problems, but he did use that different strategy. Now we're looking at Connie's work. Now, Connie found solutions to the problem, but she didn't follow the questions correctly. She used estimation. And in this problem, it doesn't say about how many, which would be the key word for to let us know that we need to estimate. We need to actually solve each problem using a strategy for division. So Connie's estimates are correct, but she did not find the exact quotients. At this time, summarize your thinking in a nice paragraph at the end of your page. Be ready to share your problem-solving method in class tomorrow, and we'll see you then. Thanks.